Folks, this is yet another episode of Wednesdays with Abhinav. Today, I have something interesting for you. I'm going to take you on yet another journey with 10 pit stops. This is a perspective I am hoping it'll give you a new insight, a new way to look at the world. For some of you, it might just mind fuck you. But to know more on that, can you subscribe on the button that you see here so that you get more of our videos and we get encouraged in return, and like the video so that other people get to know about it, as well as press the bell icon, because now what happens is even if you're subscribed, you don't get notifications for all videos. If you genuinely like our content, press that bell icon. Otherwise, don't. It's okay. Martin, can we roll in the intro, please? Awesome, cool. So the 10th pit stop, as I said, this is a perspective, and I'm betting on the fact that the guys watching this video, you guys will relate to it, because I know my audience. I know Avalonians. I know you guys are digital first kids. You've consumed content. You've lived through the age of internet. So I'm betting on the fact that you will relate, but there's going to be some part of the audience that won't relate to this content, and for that I apologize. But if you can, great. Let me know in the comments. The 9th pit stop. What is this whole thing about? My argument today is that we're within a game. Whether you know it or you may not know it, we're all playing a game. We're within a game, we're playing a game. Who are you playing as when you're within a game? You happen to choose a character, right? In this game, the character is yourself. It's a different kind of game. It's an online game. It's a it's a computer game, but the character that you're playing is already yourself, and it's a multiplayer game. We have billions of people who are playing with you. I'm playing with you. You're playing with me. We're all playing together. The playing field has billions of people, and here the upside. What do you have to gain in a game? You gain XP. Here you gain XP as well. What is this XP in the form of? This XP is in the form of real world things. What are these real world things? Money and status. The two most chased after things in in people's lives. You get to earn money and you get to earn status and respect if you do well in this game. So what do you have to lose? The same thing, you lose XP. What is XP in this game? XP in this game is again money and status. Losing status means losing your face, embarrassing yourself. But in this game that we're talking about, the repercussions are kind of lower than the upside. The upside here is infinite because it's a hyper-connected world. It's a globally connected world. There are no bounds. We're connected to the rest of the world. The opportunities are infinite. The upside is infinite. The repercussions, as in if you lose face, they're kind of low because you can always choose to pull out and come back into the game. But of course, more real than any other Age of Empires or a Road Rash that you're playing. More real repercussions. Now, pit stop 8. For those of you who are pro level players at platforms like Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Discord, you guys already relate to what I'm saying. You guys already resonate with what I'm saying. Here's what it looks like, the beginner level of Instagram. You guys know, what's there to gain. You guys know the points chasing. You guys know the followers chasing. So what does the beginner level of Instagram look like? The beginner, when you're a beginner in the Instagram world, you are probably just lurking. You're just scrolling through your feed, probably delivering 50 to 60 likes on random people's, or I don't know, your connections posts. That's what you're doing as a beginner, and posting a video at the max, once a week, something like that. When are you a mid-level player? You're a mid-level player when you are posting regular updates. You are building your personal narrative online. You're telling people a story. You are posting your life updates in order to portray a story that this is what's happening to me. That's when you're a mid-level player. When are you a pro-level player on Instagram? When you're hacking reels, the algorithm, Instagram is boosting reels. You're rolling out reels after reels. You are, titling your content in a way that it gets consumed. You are putting out stories in the right way. The long form videos go as IGTV. You're capturing on trends. You are participating in all kind of trends, all kind of dancey trends, all kind of challenges. You are repurposing your content. You're making something for YouTube. You're putting it on Instagram. You're making a tweet out of it. You're doing all of that. You're doing collabs between content creators. You are rolling out series of episodes. That's when you are a pro level IG player. Now, similar analogy can be applied to other platforms as well. People are doing similar things on YouTube. People are doing similar things on Reddit. People who own subreddits go and speak to them. They'll tell you similar facts. They know there is a code and they're cracking the code and they're getting better at it. So you know when you're playing. Now, by the way, this game, as I said, there's real world upsides and downsides to this game. This game, when I say real world, it automatically means offline. Offline, the real world is offline, as in, we've grown up believing that there's a digital world, there's an offline world, but this game that we play here typically and realistically has real consequences. It's this is something that the business ecosystem has already realized. We might be late to realize it in our personal lives or might have never known it, but the business world, the VCs, the venture capitalists call it the O2O model. What is the O2O model? O2O model means O2O model means online to offline. What does that mean? That means you have entities present online and you have entities present offline. There is a presence both ways. The best example of an O2O model is if you've seen the company Lenskart. Lenskart has online stores, Lenskart has online app, Lenskart does their things online. They also have offline stores. So O2O intersection. Your XP in the game that you build online translates into the offline world as well. It translates into the offline interactions as well. It is transient. It affects who you meet in the offline world as well if they've known you online. So your XP is real world. Now, another thing is your XP on Instagram is not just limited to Instagram. It can flow on other platforms as well. Your XP can, by the way, let's term XP something nicer so that you guys can Google it and learn more about it. It's called in psychology, in at least digital psychology, people call it social capital. Go learn about social capital. People are on social networks to build social capital. What is social capital? Best way to understand it is XP, but go do your research. It's a way to measure status. So this XP translates onto other major platforms as well. If you look at the Avalon story, Varun started on Instagram, then built a Facebook group, then built a YouTube channel, then Avalon Meta Live happened. Before that, the Discord University came up. Now there's this app that is Avalon Scenes. So the XP that was initially built on Instagram translated into all of these platforms. It became an omni-channel ecosystem. And when we did an offline event, we saw that XP translate into real world as well, offline. So that's what happens. Now another rule, that is the 6th pit stop. By the way, the previous one was 7th. I think we can mark it on the screen. The 6th pit stop. You need to understand that traditional credentials don't matter as much in this game. What do traditional credentials mean? Traditional credentials are what university did you go to? What are the grades that you did? How much did you score in your Sanskrit exam in 8th standard? Blah, blah, blah. That doesn't really matter. Your credentials that were relevant probably a few decades ago don't matter as much. Here, you're playing with a lottery system. Now, what do I mean by lottery system? Each message, each DM that you're sending to someone, each tweet that you're rolling out, each Instagram post, YouTube video, content piece, whatever that you're rolling out is in disguise a lottery system. Now, how is it a lottery system? Every content piece that you put out there has a conversion rate on it. Each content piece converts or gets certain engagement from some people, right? Now, sometimes you see someone posting 100 pieces of content out there, and then what happens is one of them blows up. That's what happens with lottery tickets as well. You buy so many lottery tickets, you are expanding the surface area of exposure to that risk of buying of winning a lottery, here you're doing the same. The more you expose yourself here, one day you are going to win the lottery. So each content piece in that case is a lottery. Sometimes the conversion rate at max or engagement rate is going to be somewhere around 2%. I'm not saying reach is going to be 2%. Conversion rate is going to be somewhere around 2% because that's the norm of the internet. But someday you're going to land big. Now coming to the pit stop number 5. This game is basically, now look at it, understand this game. What is this game actually? Look at it from a very zoomed out perspective. This game is essentially a game of pressing buttons on your keyboard, laptop, or mobile phone. That's what this game is about. The right pattern and the right sequence of keyboard button presses can land you a jackpot. This is what happens in any online game as well. In Mario, sometimes you land a jackpot. Variable reward, random outcomes. That's what you can land here. That's why this is a game. So, and another aspect of how that jackpot may look like, you're seeing Twitter these days. What's happening on Twitter? What's happening on Instagram stories? Literally, real lives are being saved on Twitter and Instagram and across the internet because people are finding the right contact of an oxygen cylinder supplier, or getting the right leads to connect with each other. That is what's happening. So if you press the right buttons at the right time in the right manner, and consider each message as a lottery ticket, you don't win on any lottery, you might land big because the proof is out there. You can save lives, and saving a life is like, I think the biggest thing that you can do, the biggest deed ever. So that's what's there. Now coming to the 4th pit stop, let me give you another analogy. Now when we consider pressing buttons in various fashions on our phone, on our laptop, on our PC, keyboard as the bigger game, then there's a sub game in it, that is remote work. What are you doing on remote work? You're going from different platforms to platforms. You are probably working on Slack, you're probably working on Discord, you're probably working on Zoom, you're doing these meetings, you're submitting things, using all of these, a bunch of these applications that we spoke about. They all work in a similar manner. So remote work is a sub game in the bigger game. Now, how did I just classify remote work as a game? What is a game? What is the definition of a game? That brings us to the pit stop number 3. What is a game? A game is sort of like, you guys have seen what are these places called? Casino. In casinos, there is a slot machine, right? You pull it down and there's a reward. There's a random outcome. That's a game. People get addicted to it. Now that's what's a game. Now I'm going to give you certain properties. That randomness, that slot machine based dopamine hit is what we're looking for, and we're getting that out of this game. Let me define it for you. The very first thing that you need is real time or real time or instant feedback loop. You're getting it. You're getting it as likes, comments, engagement, analytics, everything. You're getting all of that. The moment you push something out of yourself, you get responses. Based on your audience, you get responses. So feedback loop is there. Second is, as I said, random outcomes. Sometimes you land a jackpot. You don't know. You got to keep playing. The third thing is sense of control. In any game, when you keep playing it, you need to get better at it. And you do. The content creators, there is a lot of examples, there are a lot of case studies. Go watch MKPHD's case studies. MKPHD is a big ass gadget reviewer right now, but he has a video where he started in 2009, and you'll be like, wow, he's probably come a decade, but they've all gotten better over the journey. Go check him out. Finally, it has to be a meta game. It has to be linked to a bigger game, the rewards. It is. As I said, the O2O model. How is it linked to a bigger reward? What you do here, your XP here translates into the real world as well. In fact, everything's just merged. So your XP here translates into rewards in your life as well as career, as well as finding a partner over Tinder for that matter, or Shadi.com if you want to do it rather traditionally. So all of these things matter. Finally, Coming to the second pit stop, you want to know who's playing this game like a god? It's Elon Musk. Elon Musk is playing this game like crazy. He knows humans love spectacles. What does a spectacle mean? You guys hear when they say, they created a spectacle of a visual. He knows how to create spectacular visuals. Be it electric vehicles, electric cars, be it rocket ships, SpaceX, Tesla, going live on SNL, and before going live on SNL, getting a Cybertruck to do the rounds of New York City. That made that made news as well. So creating spectacular visuals, he knows this really well, and he knows another rule, that is, the commonality doesn't sell. What people get attracted to is the differentiation. The blue pill is normal. Blue pill is nice. People are bored with the blue pill. Your content has to have that red pill that says something that nobody else is saying. In fact, that contradicts a lot of people. Elon Musk, being the third richest person, hosted SNL. Do you see anyone else doing something similar? We don't. So creating spectacle. He went on Joe Rogan podcast and did what he did, creating a spectacle. Although that didn't work in his favor, but he knows what game he's playing. And playing this game, he is the third richest person on the planet Earth, and now looking to go to other planets. Anyway, now, by the way, I'm also playing this game. So is Logan Paul. So is Casey Neistat. So is Carrie Minati. So is Tanmay Bhatt. We're all playing this game. You think content creators are having fun. You think they're having a gala time. They're all working, and you're seeing them at work. You're seeing me at work. What I'm doing right now is I'm playing this game and figuring out that I used to do podcasts before, and I'm going to try my luck with this format, and I'm going to check whether this format suits me or not. I'm going to go right after this video and check analytics and see how well did I do. Did I gain any XP or did I not? So that's, I'm playing the game as well. We're all playing the game. Now, how do you start? If you wanted to get started, and that's going to be the last and final pit stop number 1. How do you start? The very first rule is to realize that you're playing a game, because you're playing the game. You're playing the game, but if you don't realize that you're playing the game, then you're just being carried away. So don't be ignorant, number 1. Realize that you're playing the game. Second, realize that real money and real status is up for stake here. Doge, that was a meme once upon a time, now is a cryptocurrency with the market cap of, I don't know, trillions of dollars or nearly a trillion. I don't know. Go check it out. But things are happening. Don't be ignorant. We're all connected. Real world money and real world status is at stake. NFT. There's a lot of hype about it, NFT, and a lot of people say that NFTs are just hyped right now. But the truth is, they will get adoption later on. Why will they get adoption later on? Because when people get engrossed in a certain game, and I can speak from Farmville and Fortnite, people spend so much on Fortnite to buy skins. When you're involved in a game, you throw real money at it. When you're involved in Farmville, you buy Farmville cash for real money. When you're involved in this game, you buy NFTs to differentiate yourself. Because real XP is going to be gained, so it makes sense to differentiate myself by buying an NFT and getting something that no one else can have an original copy of. So realize that. Realize that real things are at stake. Just come to the realization that you're playing this game. Now, what is the next step? What is the next step? Now, since we're in this wide world, I need you to ask yourself this question. What are you really curious about? What really gets you interested? Once you've found that out, I'm not talking about finding your passion. Do it in a way, trial and error does that. Find 10 curiosities, spend some time, on them and see what really you're curious about. Then find those folks, where are they hanging out on the internet? Join that community. Then what's going to happen is, the social pull of that community is going to progress you. This is how anyone grows in their careers today. All the developers communities are really famous. They don't talk much about it, but go ask a developer. All of their career growth they've attributed to the network of developers that they've had online. Check out communities like dev.to. Beautiful ecosystem that developers have created. They're just not very vocal about it. Now, as I said, the social pull will take you there. Now I want to tell you how to look at this game, the mindset when you're getting into this game. You need to have a collaboration mindset over competition mindset. Why? Because this is not your Farmville. This is not your Age of Empires. This is a game where you're playing for a lifetime. Don't lose your face that bad that you're not able to come back. Don't chase temporary power. Don't chase temporary status. Help people because that gives you XP. Don't burn bridges because everyone's connected. You'll find them digitally somewhere. Even if you don't come across in the same room, come across each other in the same room, you'll find them digitally relevant to you someday. Don't burn bridges. Help people. Play the long game. And finally, just to give you the extent of this game and how real it is, I recently read from a venture capitalist. He said that today the job of a VC is to hang out on Twitter, find various kind of businesses, and fund those businesses that are on the edge of the internet, that are expanding the internet. So what VCs are today doing, and you'll know this from any VC account. In fact, go see the people I follow. You might stumble upon a few VCs, and you'll see that they're hanging out on Twitter and they're getting noticed on Twitter. They're treating each tweet as a lottery ticket, and that's how they're finding their investments. So the game is super real. VCs are becoming Twitter operators. High time you also get in. Hope this helps. Let me know what you think about it. Comment below. We'll be in touch very soon. Take care.